Somewhere in the mountains of central China, there's a city where trains drive through the middle of apartment buildings, where the road you're standing on is also the roof of a 20-story tower, where what looks like the ground floor is actually floor 22. It's home to 32 million people, and most of the world has never heard its name. This is Chongqing, the city that shouldn't exist. Every other megacity on Earth was built on a plain, a delta, or a bay. Flat land, easy building. Chongqing ignored that rule. It's carved into steep mountains at the meeting point of two great rivers, the Yangtze and the Jialing. There was never enough flat ground, so the city grew in the only direction left, on top of itself. Locals call it the 8D city. Roads stack 5 layers deep. One famous interchange has 20 ramps splitting across 15 stories. Buildings have entrances on the first floor and the 30th. Your GPS will simply give up, because here, north, south, east and west matter less than up and down. And the numbers are just as vertical. The municipality of Chongqing holds more people than Australia, in an area the size of Austria. It may be the largest city you've never heard of. Start with the icon, Liziba Station, where monorail line 2 passes straight through the 6th to 8th floors of a residential tower. The building and the railway were designed together. Special dampeners mean residents barely hear a whisper. There's now a viewing platform below, built purely for the crowds who come to film it. Then, when darkness falls, Chongqing turns into a science fiction movie. Hongya Cave is an 11-story cascade of golden stilted houses built into a cliff face, glowing above the river like a floating palace. 500,000 people can pass through on a single holiday night, and entry is completely free. Go after 9 when the tour groups thin out. For the best view of the madness, ride the Yangtze River Cableway, once genuine public transport, now the city's favourite thrill. For around 30 yuan, about $4, you glide in a glass cabin high above the river, skyscrapers rising like canyon walls on both sides. Above it all stands Raffles City. 8 towers with a 300-metre horizontal skyscraper, the Crystal, laid sideways across the top of 4 of them, like a ship sailing on skyscrapers. Its glass skywalk lets you look straight down between your feet. Down at Chaotianmen, stand on the great docks where the two rivers collide. You can see the line where the green Jialing meets the brown Yangtze, and the two colours run side by side, refusing to mix. And for a breath of the past, wander Shichikao, the 1,000-year-old porcelain port town swallowed whole by the city. Narrow stone lanes, tea houses, and the smell of chili in the air. Now the Chongqing most visitors miss. Beneath the streets lies a darker story. In the Second World War, this was China's wartime capital, and the most heavily bombed city on Earth at the time. For 5 years, Japanese aircraft pounded it. The people dug thousands of bomb shelters into the mountains and refused to leave. Today, those same tunnels have found a second life, as restaurants. Eating spicy hot pot inside a converted air raid shelter, cool air drifting from the rock, is perhaps the most Chongqing experience there is. Defiance turned into dinner. Then find Kuisinglo Plaza. You walk in off a normal street, shops, a square, people playing cards. Then you look over the railing and realise you're standing on the roof of a tower, 22 floors above another street below. It's the vertigo moment every visitor remembers. Ride the Huangguan escalator, one of the longest in Asia, 112 metres of tunnel for less than $1. And keep an eye out for the Bang Bang Men, porters who haul impossible loads up the staircase city on bamboo poles. A 200-year-old profession slowly vanishing as the city modernizes. When you see one, you're watching the last chapter of a living tradition. If you have one spare day, take it out of the city entirely. 2 hours away lie the Wulong Karst formations. Colossal, natural stone bridges and sinkholes, so otherworldly that Hollywood filmed Transformers there. And closer to home, Ealing Park's old cable car era viewing pavilion gives you the classic postcard panorama. The whole impossible city, stacked between its two rivers, laid out at your feet. Chongqing doesn't just eat spicy food, it weaponizes it. This is the birthplace of hot pot, born right here on the docks, where porters simmer cheap cuts in bubbling oil, loaded with chili and the city's secret weapon, the Sichuan peppercorn. It doesn't just burn, it makes your lips vibrate, an electric tingling the Chinese call ma. There are more than 30,000 hot pot restaurants in this one city. Locals eat it in summer, in 40-degree heat, and swear it cools you down. Order the 9-grid pot, each square a different intensity, and when they ask how spicy, be humble. WWII, mildly spicy. It won't be mild. Mornings belong to xiaomian, small noodles, eaten on plastic stools on the pavement, $2 of pure fire and comfort. Evenings belong to the rivers. Night cruise boats slide between glowing skyscrapers, and the city's famous fog turns every light into a halo. That fog, by the way, is why they call Chongqing the city without sunshine, and why the girls here, locals joke, have the best skin in China. And the culture might surprise you most of all. Chongqing people are known across China as straightforward, loud, warm, mountain people, river people, shaped by hard terrain and harder history. Afternoons here mean open-air tea houses and the clatter of mahjong tiles. Evenings mean Jianghu cuisine, literally rivers and lakes food. Rough, generous dishes invented by dock workers, not chefs. Nightlife runs late and casual. Rooftop bars looking down on layered highways, live music dives in converted factories, and clubs hidden, where else, inside old bomb shelters. So, the practical part. Getting there. Chongqing has a major international airport, or arrive the spectacular way, by high-speed rail through the mountains. China now offers visa-free transit stays for citizens of dozens of countries. Check the current rules for yours before you book. Download Alipay or WeChat Pay before you go. Cash barely exists here anymore, and foreign cards now link directly. Budget-wise, Chongqing is astonishing value. A full day of sights, metro rides, and 3 good meals can cost under $50. A metro ride is about 40 cents. A hot pot feast, $10 to $15. Skip the taxi apps at rush hour. In a city this vertical, the metro and your own legs are usually faster. Bring real walking shoes. Every journey here includes stairs. And visit between March and May or October and November. Chongqing is one of China's 3 furnaces, and summer here regularly passes 40 degrees. One last thing. Very little English is spoken outside hotels, so a translation app isn't optional. It's your lifeline, your menu, and your taxi driver's best friend. Chongqing was bombed for 5 years and refused to fall. It had no flat land, so it built a 3-dimensional city the world said couldn't work. Nobody planned for it to become the largest city you'd never heard of. It simply refused not to exist. And maybe that's the real reason to come. Not the views, not even the hot pot, but to stand in a place that answers the question, what happens when a city never learns the word impossible? Next week, we leave the mountains for the machine, the largest metropolis in human history, where 37 million people move in perfect silence. Tokyo. Welcome to the future. Thanks for watching, and if this guide helped you, subscribe. We explore a new city every week.